So here's just a few instructions on how to cite your sources for the zebrafish papers. So when you're on Blackboard, if you go to Papers and go to the Advanced Writers section, down here you'll see how to properly cite sources. You'll also see this Writing Scientifically document, which I would definitely suggest reading. So if you click on Cite Sources for now, you'll see some information on how to cite the sources in the text. So you should use this format. It's okay to use quotations if you absolutely positively cannot find a better way to say what you want to say. But try to avoid those if possible. You should have citations in your introduction section whenever you're saying something that you didn't directly know. So for here, for example, Marina has a number. Well, she certainly didn't know that number off the top of her head, right? She found it somewhere. So at the end of that sentence, she's going to have to say last name, date, and then put that reference at the bottom. So mostly you'll see citations in the introduction section, and then again in the discussion, when you're discussing your results and comparing it to what you found out, you should have references to, like she started to do here. At the end of your paper, you should have a section entitled Literature Cited, and it should look exactly like this. See how the first line is justified to the left, and then the second line is indented. So you'll have to, at the end of your first line, you'll have to hit enter and then indent the second line. Last name, first name, date in parentheses. Pay attention to stuff like that and the periods and all of those things. Notice how this text is all, except for the first letter and North America, which is a proper name, all the rest of these are small letters. So just pay really close attention to those details. Instead of having to write all this out, though, there's a few ways you can make a shortcut. So using Marina's example, she was going to cite this article. So let's go ahead and find out where that's from. Of course, you'll want to fix the in-text citation. But I can actually just copy that name and go to scholar.google.com and search for it there again. And here's that article. And Google makes it really easy for me to cite. So I just click Cite. You want to copy and paste the APA version and just put that at the end of your paper. If you use an article, let's say from a website like Medline, that's not necessarily a published scientific article, that's probably okay. And you can use EasyBib as an easier way to cite this. So I'm just going to copy and paste the website up here, go to EasyBib, and paste it, and it tells me that the site's credible. That's great, and it gives me some information about it, so I'll click continue. And you can see that right away it's missing some information. You need to be very, very, very careful about putting that stuff in properly, and notice that the article is not, it's all capitalized, so I need to go back and change that. Just check for those details. Don't trust EasyBib to do this 100% properly for you, but it is a way of starting that. Andrew here has started with last name, date. This one is really, really good. But then in this next one, he started out with the name of the title, then he had the journal, and then he had the last name at the end. So just put all those stuff in the proper order and then alphabetize it, and you should be in good shape. If you haven't done any citations yet, or you forgot to, or you lost articles, don't panic. It's okay to look at your text and figure out what you were saying and try to figure out where that information came from. So if I go to research on Blackboard, we have that folder full of articles that you can go back to. These are the ones that we used in class, and then these links will help you as well. One more little shortcut: if you're having trouble finding sources that say exactly what you want, and you're within an article and you find that this author is citing someone that you want to cite, you can use their citations. You should be going to the article itself to look at it and make sure it's what you want, but it's just kind of a little shortcut. So let's say that I'm really interested in this this sentence and I want to cite this source. So I'd go into Google Scholar, search for it, open it, make sure it gives me what I want. But I can just take the citation from here to make it faster for myself. So I'm going to look for Caviers and Smith down in their literature cited section. Here it is. So to make it fast, I can just copy and paste that and stick it in my paper. Again, don't cite it without first checking to make sure it is helpful to you.